I've been on social media now for almost 3 years, and there has been one axe that is constantly being requested for me to review more than any other. Sorry it's taken this long, but I finally got it. The Browning Shock and Awe Black Label. So we're going to do a first impressions and unboxing. I've yet to take it out to look at it, so that's exactly what we're going to do here. And I'm going to tell you guys what I think about it, just kind of looking at it. Let's jump into it, guys. I can't wait to get into this. Let's see if it actually shocks and awes me when I take it out of the box. Yeah, I know. It's a little big, isn't it? That's the windscreen for the mic. I know it looks like a sea urchin. I'll cut it down. Let's just talk about the shock and awe. I've told you guys this before, but when I get these axes, hatchets, and tomahawks to review, I do my best to not look at anything. I try not to. I don't look at the specs. I don't look at reviews. I don't look at anything. And you guys requested this one, so I saw a picture of it. That's about it. And I noticed that when I put it in my bag to hike over here to do the unboxing, it's moving around a lot, which means that it's a lot smaller than this box. I'll be honest with you, I was expecting this thing to be a little bit bigger. So I'm giving you a pre-review before I open it. Whatever. Come on, guys. Let's have some fun here. Let's take it out of the box. Holy mackerel. This thing is small. Holy crap. This thing is really small. All steel. Made in Taiwan. It's the first thing that I saw when I took it out. You guys can see there. Made in Taiwan. The Shock and Awe Black Label. Tactical blades with the Browning logo in it. So pretty cool. Oh, look at this sheath. Look at this sheath. Okay, but before we get into all this, and we talk about this cool looking sheath and this very small all steel hatchet here, I'm going to send it over to Dave, and he's going to give you the specs on the Browning Shock and Awe Black Label.
Ah, yes, the Browning Shock and Awe. It's green, it's mean, and it's small, but I bet it packs a punch. The tomahawk is made in Taiwan and is constructed from 1055 high carbon tool steel. The tomahawk head features a downward swept spike that can be sharpened. That is, if you're into sharp, pointy things. The edge is 2 3/4 inches long and comes with a manufacturer's style convex grind. This type of edge is really only good for making you feel good about it not rolling over. Not the best for chopping, but for whacking or bludgeoning, it would do just fine. The overall length comes in at 10 inches, which makes it a very compact all-steel tomahawk. If you're a lover of everything paracord, here you go. The handle is wrapped in paracord, and let me tell you, it's on there nice and tight. Browning did not have a weight for this tomahawk on their website, however. On our scale, this little thing came in at 1 pound and 6.6 ounces. In better terms, this thing is caked up, has junk in the trunk, very thick, stacked, or in Sweden we say fyllig, coming in at $62. This is what you get. Is it worth the price? I have no idea. I just give you specs and make sarcastic comments. My job here is done.
I have no idea why I said holy mackerel. Every time this camera comes on, I say some of the weirdest stuff sometimes. Anyway, let's just get into the actual shock and awe. First thing we're going to talk about though is this sheath. Take a look at it. Kydex sheath. Really cool. I like it. It does have some rivets on the outside keeping it together. I have no idea what this is, but we'll talk about it in a second. Robust, rigid, just like a Kydex sheath would be. That's nice. You do have a like a polymer style belt loop right here that you can clasp onto a belt or maybe some molly or something. It does snap in place. You can take it off. There's some bolts right there you can take it off with, very similar to the Kova Blackthorn belt loop clip that we got, and others too. I think I've done some other ones that had this exact same one, but you just basically press this up right here and then it comes up and then you snap it shut. Pretty decent. This little flap back here, I don't know what it's for, but I could only assume, let's just see, that when you put the Browning Shock and Awe, snaps in nicely, that it comes down, snaps in place. That's really cool. I assume to keep it from coming out. It does have a lock on the sheath. That's really cool. That's something I haven't seen with these Kydex style sheaths on any of the other axes, hatchets, and tomahawks I've done reviews on. It does have a bolt going through right here, and I bet, guys, what you could do with this bolt would be to tighten it or loosen it if you want to make this swivel a little bit tighter, a little bit looser, which is really cool. The Kydex down here has two little like humps on it that make that snap in place. That's really cool. I enjoy that. So we'll take it out and see how this thing goes out. Very nice. Snaps in. Very nice. Comes out really nice too. Now I will tell you guys, with these Kydex sheaths, the more you play with them, the smoother your draw is going to be. So I would, you know, work your Kydex for a little while if you're wanting something a little bit more tactile feeling and a little bit smoother of a draw, just my opinion. But not a bad sheath at all, guys. Not bad at all. But what we do with sheaths on this channel, we toss them. I don't need it anymore because now we're talking about the Browning Shock and Awe Black Label. Wow, look at how small this thing is. However, I will say I do like that it's all steel. The first thing that I noticed when I took it out are a few different things. Number one, of course, the paracord wrapped handle. Not a big fan of these. I'm just not. You guys may love paracord, and I know paracord is awesome. People love paracord. They like wrapping it around everything they have, tactical or survival, because you always need paracord. But it doesn't weigh all that much, and I can pack it up pretty easily in my bag. So I would go for something else other than paracord wrapped handle. But I know some of you out there love it. Putting it in my hand, it feels good. Doesn't feel bad at all. The circumference of the handle with the paracord, middle finger is almost touching my palm. Great. Has a great circumference to it, I will say that. I'm just not a big fan of paracord, especially for axe throwing. Just not my thing. But might throw it with it on there. I might come up with something else. We'll see when I go to the second video to actually test this. Of course, you get a paracord lanyard at the bottom if you want to put it around your hand, you're doing some chopping or whatever, tie it up, hang it from a tree. I don't really care. Do whatever you want with it, but you get it, okay? You do have a very pronounced knob down here at the bottom that is shaped like a triangle. If you wanted to probably maybe do some glass breaking or something, I don't know. You could probably find a million things to do with it. Digging in the dirt. It's there if you need it, and with a hole there too, okay? So getting into the actual design of it, I do like the design. It looks really cool. It's more of a straight design from the toe to the axe head here, but then when it gets to the spike, it kind of rolls down, as you can see there, and the spike on the back has absolutely no edge on it, and it's pretty dull. I can rub that up against my finger and it's not cutting me at all. But you could put an edge on it if you wanted to. It's a little thick, it'd take you some time, but if you wanted to do that, you could. I do like the design that they put in the spike, so you can actually sharpen it using those lines back there to get something of an edge to be able to use however you want to use it, okay? The actual bit that comes from the factory, as you can see there, we've got some of the Kydex kind of all over it. Let's see what it looks like. Manufacturer's grind, very hard point. I'm gonna have to redo that. The cheeks are pretty decent. They get a little thick as it goes back towards the actual head here, where lugs would be, but it gets a little thick. A very, very thick convex grind, I would say. But I'm gonna redo those cheeks and that bit because it's way too fat, I think. I think getting more of a flatter convex grind, more of a narrow bit profile is going to work a lot better for axe throwing and chopping, to be honest with you. This is one of those edges they put on here so you can beat the hell out of it and it won't roll. But it's not the best, in my opinion, for axe throwing or chopping. But it is there. The edge is pretty decent. Pretty decent. It's got an edge to it. Would I use it right out of the box this way? No, I wouldn't. I would suggest putting your own edge on it. Even though you could use it this way, it'd probably take you a lot longer to chop with it or to get axe throws to stick this way than if you put your own edge on it. So I suggest doing that. So tossing this thing around for the first time, feeling the weight, kind of doing some testing here. Man, that thing feels really good. I feel like it's gonna flick out of my hand really nicely. I do. It's a little hard to do with the paracord, but I think it's gonna be really well. It's made in Taiwan. As you can see there, we got a Taiwan stamp, and we did go with OD green. I went with OD green because I thought it looked cooler. I like OD green a little bit better than black sometimes, and that's what we did here. Doing a little bit of a weight test to see what we got going on. Okay, so let's see. I can almost guarantee you guys this is gonna be handle heavy, okay? Yeah, see? I already knew that. I could already tell there's a lot going on from here to here in weight. You can just feel that. Does that mean it's going to be a bad flyer? No. It just means that we're going to have a handle heavy hatchet to throw. Now let's see how well it's going to rotate in the air. If we're going to get any wobble or not. Doing my test here, we're going to use one finger. Oh, did you guys see that? Holy crap. That thing is flicking around fast, which in my opinion, as you guys know, if you've seen that test before, and it usually works, that usually means that when it flies through the air, it's not going to wobble a lot. I'm going to get a very nice rotation in the air without wobble. And that's exactly what it's saying. So I think this thing's going to fly really well. I think, if I'm correct, if I take this paracord off, I believe the handle has finger grooves in it. I'd have to take it off and see. I know you're probably saying, Wes, take it off. Let's just see. I mean, I'm taking it off anyway. Fuck it. Let's take it off. I'm pretty sure there is. Taking the paracord off, you'll see that the finger grooves are in the actual steel. It's been made like that. So you got to consider that. You may love that, you may hate it, but it's there. You could always grind it down if you don't like it and wrap it with something else, but it's underneath that paracord. So first impressions, what do I think about the shock and awe? I like it. I think it's going to be a great flyer. I think it's going to fly really well in the air. It's going to tumble really well in the air. And I think it's going to smash really well with this cheek design. I do. I like the spike, how it's designed to go down. I think that's going to work out really well for axe throwing too, especially for an over rotation. It's going to stick in, especially if you sharpen the top. The only thing that I can think of that I don't care for is the paracord wrapped handle, which is easily remedied. All you have to do is just take it off. And the other thing too is the finger grooves that have been made into the steel. But I will tell you guys, I'm not really worried about it. What I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put some type of rubber grip tape over it and throw it that way. If it doesn't work, then I'll come back later on and maybe do another video or third video where I grind those finger grooves down and show you how you can kind of remedy it if you don't like finger grooves at all. So that's something that we might get into. We'll see how it performs in part 2. Like you guys know, I always put these things to test in part 2, throw them hard, throw them for distance, and we beat the hell out of them and see how it holds up. So if you're interested in knowing how this thing's gonna perform, come back in part 2 and I'll show you guys how I throw the Browning shock and awe. I appreciate all your support, guys. Thank you so much. And remember, come over to Patreon. We do one giveaway a month. It's $1. It's $1. You come over, join up, and I'll give you guys content and I'll give you free axes every month. So that's really cool. Like I said, guys, thanks for all the support. And remember, it's always for the love of these things, these hatchets, axes, and tomahawks. But until next time, see ya. Man, I can't wait to throw this. I wonder if I could get it to stick into that thing right there.